Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to say I told you so in this video. We're going to talk about the Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah, you're very excited about that.
I'm giddy.
You took so much crap for that. You have no idea.
Ooh, I'm giddy about this. We're going to talk about the Fantastic Four officially being announced, which shouldn't surprise anybody.
No.
But God, even before we started doing these kinds of videos on Clownfish TV, I was saying that the Fantastic Four would come to the MCU, and I got all kinds of crap for it. So yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the MCU, the plans for Marvel. Now, Disney had this big Disney Investor Day yesterday, which was basically just to get people excited, stockholders excited about the future of Disney, which is all Disney Plus.
It is. It's all about Disney Plus.
That's all they freaking care about at this point. But they dropped like 100 projects that they're working on.
It was ridiculous. And a lot of them, to be honest, a lot of them were even like ones that we're talking about this. Here's a logo, but it's in development, maybe possibly. It wasn't even a real actual project. A lot of them weren't even real actual projects. It was just maybe possibly in development.
Yeah, and we've seen this before. I mean, Disney announced movies before like Gigantic, and that disappeared. They announced Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy, and that disappeared. So look, they make announcements like this a lot of times, and some things will stick and some things won't. All they care about right now is getting the investors excited, getting them all hot and bothered, make them turn red, getting the investors excited, making them think that they have a plan. Because right now, Disney, other than Disney Plus, they have nothing going on.
A lot of it, I mean, there were a lot of things that were ones we knew about that were in development, but there was a lot that just seemed to be like, we can't tell you anything about it. We're just going to talk about one sentence, and here's a logo. But
here's a logo.
Trust us, it's coming. But we heard this on a lot of things that ended up not coming.
Sister Act 3, Harrison Ford's coming back for Indiana Jones 5. Supposedly, we've heard rumors about that. Anyway, that's what we're going to talk about in this video is Marvel, mostly. Before we get into it, please give us a sub if you have not done so already, guys. We're at almost 160,000 subs. Thanks for the support. Hoping for 200,000 soon. And also, this is the last call for Geeky's Toy Drive. We spent thousands of dollars.
Look, it's literally
on
a toy drive. They're in a car to be driven somewhere.
To be driven. This is like the fourth carload.
That was like the fourth carload at least. Yeah. So I'm going to leave this up till Sunday. The store open till Sunday, and then I'm going to shut it down because I have to catch up with everybody's orders, and I thank you. We're going to be buying a bunch more toys. They're going to let us know what they need now because they have a lot of kids that they can call them lost angels, that they end up either not getting chosen on a tree, or people don't return the tag with the gifts, or people with last minute, the emergency happened. And I'm expecting that to happen because they just announced around here that they're shutting things down again. Yeah. And there are people who are going to be out of work again right before Christmas. So I'm expecting some calls from them. Yeah,
Pennsylvania's going into lockdown again. Yeah, it's going to be bad, guys. A lot of restaurants are going to close down. Movie theaters are closing down again. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But if you want to help, I'm going to put a link in the comments. It's going to be pinned in the comments. You can go to Geeky's Etsy shop, and all the proceeds from everything in their shop currently will go to buying more toys for underprivileged kids as long as we can. It's going to be ending here pretty soon. There's some of her stuff that she used for conventions, her pillows and such, and Mama Sparkles has donated some of her nice little pouches.
She sent me some more.
Yes, we got some Doctor Who stuff, good Doctor Who.
Yeah, the good kind.
Look at that, the good doctors. We've got the Turtles, we got the Batmans and Women's.
I might have some other ones too. I have to wait and see what I have and put some more up because I have to even see what I have anymore. I don't even know.
Yeah. So there we go. So let's talk about this. Disney did dump a bunch of projects, 100 projects, like blah.
It was like blah. I was like trying to keep up, and I was like, I can't even forget it.
Yeah. So what was interesting, talking about shutdown, and this was, yesterday before it was announced that Pennsylvania would shut down again, and they're going to shut movie theaters down again, is that Disney is tripling down on basically bypassing the movie theaters. It's like, they're like, well, our movies are going to be available on Disney Plus and in the theaters at the same time. And we know a lot of theaters won't be open. Now, Warner's doing something similar with HBO Max. They're not charging extra for it, though. But the days of, these billion-dollar box office hits are probably over.
Yeah.
And that raises a lot of questions. I did the video earlier with the Dune director talking about how Dune was an incredibly expensive movie, and you're not going to make the money on streaming to pay for a movie like Dune.
It was interesting because when I did listen to what I listened to on the analyst questions, one of the questions they asked to Disney was, is this going to be the new normal? What's going to happen after the pandemic? And the answer they got was basically, we're using this for data, and then we're going to decide from that, is basically what they said. They would not say, no, we're going completely back to the way it was. That's not what they said. They said, we're going to take data from this and we're going to decide what we're going to do. A lot of times I'd ask them questions and basically was, well, in this economy, in this, unprecedented times or whatever they say, we're going to have to wait and see. Everything was like non-answers for the most part.
That's Disney. This whole thing was designed to get people excited to show that Disney has a future post-pandemic. Now, if they did not have Disney Plus up and running,
they'd be effed.
They'd be completely effed. Like, Disney would just be so screwed at this point. If they waited another year to launch it, like they were, there were comments that they should have waited until they had more content.
Yeah, because they really didn't have much.
No, they would have been completely screwed. But Hail Mary pass. They got Disney Plus. That's what they're banking on. But yeah, it's going to change things. And the movies that are going to change the most, I think, are going to be the Marvel films.
Yeah.
Because the Marvel films, there have been so many of them that have, supposedly, that's a discussion for another day, broken $1 billion.
That was going to end anyway with Phase 4 for a couple of reasons. One, people already said, I gave you 10 years for, the first, the whole arc with, finally ended. And I don't really want to get into a whole nother one. So you have that whole thing. Then I'm going to tell you flat out, straight up, the next phase is most definitely the women phase, because it is all the characters that were men are basically being replaced by women. You have Captain America, he's going to be replaced. Iron Man's going to be replaced. Hulk's being replaced. Hawkeye's being replaced. Thor's being replaced. It's just one giant, it's a replacement for all the characters that you loved for 10 years.
Yeah, but one character that's not getting replaced is T'Challa.
That's true.
They're not going to replace Chadwick Boseman. But what's interesting, we did a video earlier this week, is that Letitia Wright, who plays Shuri now, is on the receiving end of a lot of Twitter hate. Is she still going to move forward with being, because they thought the natural progression would be that they would have her take over as a female Black Panther, and that would be organic.
Oh, yeah, they're still going to do that. They're just going to probably have a recast or something.
Yeah, that would be
That's
garbage.
what they'll do. I mean, I'm not saying it wouldn't be garbage. That's probably what they'll do, because she doesn't have the right opinions. You have to have the right opinions.
Twitter loved her like 2 years ago.
Right. Because now she doesn't have the right opinions. So now, recast her because she isn't agreeing with us.
But they are not going to replace T'Challa. Oh God, I'm waiting for them to like CGI him or something like Carrie Fisher style. Like, don't do that. Deep fake T'Challa.
The way it sounded, they weren't going to do that.
No. Hopefully they give him a proper send-off. But in an article about that on ABC, which is owned by Disney, they break down all these Marvel announcements. And like Geeky was saying, the MCU looks an awful lot like Marvel from 2015 to 2017 when Marvel was failing hard.
Well, have they not been failing recently? But I'm just like, I even wrote that in my article. I'm like, they're doubling down, guys. They're bringing, they flat out said that America Chavez is going to show up in Doctor Strange. And then they said Ironheart's getting her own thing. And they have Ms. Marvel's getting her own thing. We know for sure that in the Captain Marvel too, we have, we're going to have Brie Larson, and we're going to have Monica Rambeau is going to be there, and they're going to have Ms. Marvel's going to be there. Was America Chavez in that one too?
I think
remember.
they're talking that she might be. Yeah,
I forget, but it was all like these women. It's basically the female Avengers that they wanted.
The only other woman I want to see in Captain Marvel 2 is Rogue.
Yeah,
that's it. Just slap fight Rogue and Carol Danvers.
Speaking of Rogue, which we find, Kneon finds it incredibly hilarious that they keep using Brie Larson to do the commercials for the Nissan Rogue.
I know. Right?
That amuses him greatly. But we were looking at cars and we were looking at a Rogue, and I won't buy a Rogue just because Brie Larson's the spokesperson for it, and that's the truth. I won't buy it because of that.
Geeky's not dropping her taco on.
I'm not. I was so like, what the hell? Who the hell do you think you are? So I won't buy it.
Now I am kind of excited about WandaVision. I actually like Scarlet Witch and the Vision in the comics. If it goes like the comics, I think their happy little family is not going to end well.
Yeah, clearly.
But I do like the concept that, they're using her reality bending powers, which we didn't see much, if any, of in the movies. And she is technically one of, if not the most powerful characters in the MCU, and she really was underused.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I think she was underused, considerably.
Yeah, so, I mean, this could actually be pretty good. Of course, we got Doctor Strange 2, starring freaking everybody, and that's supposed to lead into Spider-Man 3, starring freaking everybody. Mm-hmm. We've got Falcon the Winter Soldier, which actually the trailer, the teaser looked pretty good.
Yeah, I was worried about this one, but I thought it looked pretty good.
These two I have hope for. Doctor Strange, I love Benedict Cumberbatch, but I'm like, this movie sounds crowded already.
I don't know. I hope it's not crappy because Squid King's actual favorite MCU movie is Doctor Strange.
Yeah, he does. He likes it. Black Widow, again, they did not announce it coming to Premiere Access, though.
No, they didn't. They still said theatrical.
They didn't announce anything about Disney 18+. They didn't announce anything about Hulu and Disney Plus combined. Now, what's interesting is overseas, I guess the Star app, which is like their version of Hulu, is actually part of the Disney Plus app. It's like an add-on. So I'm wondering if at some point like Hulu is just going to be like the TV add-on to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
It's all Disney Plus.
They did put a trailer for Loki, which actually looked pretty good too, actually.
I didn't watch the Loki.
You have to watch it. It's pretty cute. It looks, well, not cute, but good. It looks good.
Tom Hiddleston's hot. He's got the
I never
horns,
found
though.
him hot. Sorry.
He's got the horns, though. I'll give him that. He didn't wear the horns nearly enough. Because that's like Loki's look, man, is the horns. And Thor didn't have his helmet on most of the time either, which I was pissed about.
So then they talked about the Shang-Chi, of course. They're talking about that one.
Aquafina is like in every... I like her, but she's like in every movie with an Asian cast.
I know. It's like yeah,
Awkwafina
call Aquafina.
Call Aquafina. She's going to be Storm Shadow and... No. I mean, I think she's funny. I like her, but I'm just saying, like, it seems like she's in, like, every movie now. Ms. Marvel's sizzle reel. Now, the kid playing her is actually pretty cute, and she seems pretty funny. Twitter's trying to cancel the show, which is so weird because Twitter's really been pushing Ms. Marvel for a long time. But
I gotta tell you though, it was funny when they ran the sizzle reel. I think it's for the Ms. Marvel one. They had different people on there, including that
Son Amidala.
Yes. They're going on about how popular Ms. Marvel is and how it was such a big deal. They didn't really expect it to take off so much. I'm like, cause it didn't take off so much. It didn't do that great.
It didn't.
Neither did Captain Marvel or any of these other ones that you keep trying to push so hard. They how many times did they cancel them and restarted these?
Oh, God, yeah. I know Captain Marvel's been canceled, like, I think at least 4 or 5 times. Ms. Marvel just got canceled, and now she's getting another series later next year, I guess, in the comics. And the video game, they pushed Ms. Marvel to the forefront, I think they're trying to be like, we're going to make Ms. Marvel happen. One way or another. So they put her in this very expensive AAA video game, and the game did not do well for a number of reasons, not just because Ms. Marvel, but a lot of people found her annoying.
But they're pushing it down. Like Riri Williams are going to shove in your face. America Chavez are shoving in your face. So they did kill off these people, wrap them up for the exact reason everybody's been saying, because it's going to be the MCU.
The MCU, yeah.
We got, they got Brie Larson and Captain Marvel 2, and then it's going to have Ms. Marvel and Monica Rambeau and, all that going on. Monica Rambeau should be Captain Marvel.
Well, maybe she will be by the end of it.
There you go.
Who knows?
That I'll get on board with.
The Eternals, which is, you haven't heard a whole hell of a lot about.
That is interesting because it was supposed to be out like by now. And you're not hearing anything. You think they'd have the most information, like, they have it on WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because that's supposed to be coming out in the near future. You'd think this was supposed to be out like last month or something. Where the hell? They don't have anything on it.
We don't even have a trailer for it. And they were pushing the Eternals, the comic book version of them, in the Disney theme parks.
Yeah.
They were trying to get people familiar with these characters 2 years ago.
Right. So they've had plenty of time. It should have been out by now. Where's the trailer? Then they're pushing, of course, Kate Bishop.
Yeah. Yes.
Hawkeye.
Yeah, so she's totally going to replace. Yeah, so Hawkeye's getting replaced.
That's what I'm saying. Captain America's being replaced. Iron Man's being replaced. Hulk's being replaced. Hawkeye's being replaced. Thor is going to basically be replaced. But they also had about She-Hulk, and now they have Armor Wars.
So Rhodey gets his own. But it's okay. I mean, I'm okay with that. But I actually like the first Rhodey better than Don Cheadle. I did. I like Terrence Howard a lot. I thought he was perfect. And they screwed him over is what happened with Terrence Howard. He went to bat for Robert Downey Jr. as he tells it. He went to bat. And then when the sequel came around, they're like, yeah, we're not going to give you as much money because, we overpaid you last time. And he's like, no, screw it. I'm out.
That's ridiculous.
So they had to fire him. He walked, but he was great. He was a great roadie. And
oh, yes. And then the Guardians of the Galaxy, the holiday special.
Oh, God. More Guardians of the Galaxy.
I Am Groot cartoon.
Because ride in the park, you gotta get the.
Oh, well, they had the clip for the sure, the what if thing, and the animation looks like crap.
Yeah, they're doing a lot. I mean, look, a lot of these streamers are doing animation, but it's like ass animation. It's cheap animation. What was interesting, though, talking about Raya and the Dragon, was that they did a lot of that at home. So they're capable of doing good animation. It just costs money.
Right, because the stuff you're seeing, what if, look like garbage for most of it. Yeah, Christian Bale's going to be in, Thor, Love and Thunder is Gore the God Butcher.
As a bad guy.
Obviously, no, you don't say.
So we know Blade, we knew Blade was coming out.
That's all he said. We talked about it. Yeah, it's still coming. That's basically all they said. And the person they already had cast, that's old news. So there's like a lot of the stuff they had, all these announcements, a lot of the stuff was old news.
And this was announced before. Okay, so this is the thing. They're talking, the rumor is they're going to tie Ant-Man into the Fantastic Four, which we're going to talk about the Fantastic Four. But Ant-Man 3 is going to deal with the quantum realm. They're going to have teenage Cassie, because she was a teenager before. And they're introducing Kang the Conqueror. So all these rumors that people said were bullshit, because they were talking about Kang the Conqueror being the Fantastic Four kind of big bad. It looks like it's happening. It does. But then, Black Panther 2, we don't know what's going to happen. I don't look for that anytime soon. Like, how do you make Black Panther 2 without Black Panther?
They're writing it and everything now. I mean, it's going to be a while. So it's not really an announcement. They're just counting as one.
So we have a logo. This is what we have. John Watts, Fantastic Four. Now.
Go ahead. I'll let you have the floor.
Now, we don't know who's playing the Fantastic Four. I actually am on board with John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. I think they'd be all right. Because actually, Mr. Fantastic needs to be older. They've been casting younger guys, and it doesn't work. He's supposed to be a middle-aged dude. That's why he's got weight on the side of his head. Fantastic Four. All right, so that Disney blog? That Disney blog that we used to run. That
we started and built up from nothing.
Had a partnership with. Now, I'm gonna name it, but you're not gonna... Please do not contact the people associated with it. But long story short, we got pushed out. I did not agree.
Well, technically, I stopped writing for it because I got tired of not being paid.
You were working for free.
Treated like garbage. And I went to get my own access, which I'm not going to get now because I'm honest. And you were the one that was,
I was ousted. Yeah, I was ousted. We don't know how much of it was the partner who had close ties to Disney and how much of it might have been Disney, Disney's urging. But anyway, the blog was pretty successful for a Disney-focused blog.
Not now.
It's not now. The traffic has completely dropped off a cliff, and we're in the middle of a legal battle over there. So
that's something different, unrelated.
Yeah, don't contact them. But back in the day, like 3 years ago, before we really started doing a lot of stuff on Clownfish TV, now we had the channel, we just weren't doing a lot of videos. Got kind of some inside baseball that they were thinking about getting the Fantastic Four into the MCU. However they could do it. That was before the Fox deal was announced. That was before Fantastic Four was announced. And the comments aren't here. This is an archived version because I'm not giving this garbage website traffic or ad revenue, make them get excited and think that they're actually getting revenue.
Yeah, right? Don't go there because they'll get money for it.
They'll think they're getting, like, oh my God, look at all the traffic. But some of the most popular articles on that site were the Marvel Comics articles. And that's what got us
involved. No longer exists because they have no one there who knows what the hell they're talking about to write them.
No, and they took my name off of all the articles too. After
they took my name off all my articles too, and I never was even paid for them. Nope. So they took all my compensation off my articles.
But all the articles are still there. Even though there was no agreement to do that without compensation. Anyway, I wrote several articles on the Fantastic Four, showing from a business perspective, again, had some inside information, but showing from a business perspective that they were getting ready to do something with the Fantastic Four. They were starting to bring the books back out, bring the toys back out, and I speculated that they were going to do what they could do to get the Fantastic Four. Oh my God, the comments. Oh my God, people freaking took me to task. There were YouTube videos. This guy...
I did some YouTube videos about you and Marvel and all that.
Yeah, this Disney guy doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, even though I worked for Disney and around Disney for years. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're full of shit.
You worked in comics too. But
you're just
some travel blogger.
Just a travel blogger. And they said I was full of shit. And then within a year, it's announced that Disney is going to acquire Fox. And then now they made the announcement there is a Fantastic Four movie coming. So, for those of you who think that Clownfish TV is always wrong, once again, I want to say suck a peach. We do get information from legit sources. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes things change, like Rian Johnson's trilogy. It just poof disappears.
Right.
But there is a Fantastic Four movie coming. It did happen after Endgame, and Disney did what they had to do to get the rights. Just saying. Just saying. So it's coming. We don't know anything about it. Again, it's just a logo, and that is pretty much everything. This was mostly smoke and mirrors. A lot of stuff that people knew was coming. I don't have a lot of hope. I have more hope for Star Wars. Believe it or not, I have more hope for Star Wars going forward than I do for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There's nothing that excited me.
That's sad.
There's, even the Fantastic Four, I'm like, they will screw this up.
They'll screw everything up.
They'll screw it up somehow. I mean, literally, you're talking one of Marvel's most popular comics ever, which is why the rights were tied up with Fox.
Well, I just don't understand. The comics did shitty in the last couple of years, and they didn't sell like with these characters like Ms. Marvel that much, and Captain Marvel and all this other stuff. America Chavez, Riri, all that.
Yeah.
Why the flip would they go ahead and just make that the focus of all these films? I'm like, you already know people didn't want that. Why would you go back? I mean, I understand throwing a couple of them in there and getting some girls in there. It's fine. But they're just like replacing literally everyone with characters they tried to replace them with before and didn't do well.
Yeah, because it's this is aggressive marketing. It's basically like we're going to push this down your throat until you accept it.
And they can't go by the idea that, well, it's because mostly men buy comics and we're going to make it out there to a wider audience for women. Well, they did that with Captain Marvel and that kind of stuff, and people still, they were like, it was okay, it was passable, it wasn't great. I mean, it's like, this is a lot of shit. And plus, it's funny because they keep going on about how we need more women in comics and then need more women reading comics, and then they'll use the whole, well, it was because men were the ones buying it as their excuse. I'm like, doesn't that kind of defeat the whole purpose you're pissed about?
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. What's going to happen is they're going to be like, oh, we can't go by the comic book direct market because that's not a good indicator of how successful. We need to take these characters to the mainstream.
So we can, and they won't have the money. Right. I was gonna say, well, they didn't. And then when Captain Marvel came out, there was all those theaters with empty seats.
Yeah.
Record sales, but the theaters were empty.
And if Captain Marvel 2 winds up going direct to Disney Plus Premier Access, like it probably will, like everything else, you will never know how much money Disney actually made.
They can just say whatever they want.
Record-breaking numbers, better than expected. Carol Danvers is the hottest thing.
Don't word it like better than expected. Like we expected, 1 million, but we got 1.5. I'm sure it'll be higher than that, but you know what I'm saying. It'll be like that.
Yeah, so we're going to wrap this one up, guys. Again, I have less excitement for the MCU than I do for Star Wars, and that's really saying something. Check out Geeky's Toy Drive. Again, I'm going to put a link in the description. This is the last call.
We're not mentioning it anymore after this.
No, because she wants to shut the store down. She's done.
I'm tired.
She's very tired. Lots and lots of boxes. Thank you for the support, guys. Thousands of dollars in toys. You guys
We've been shipping it. We've been giving it to the place, and hope we're probably getting another call from them soon for the last of it.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.